Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Another day, another show. Listening to Tree City West, all gassed up. Show intro. It's a Cronos day. Cronos up, will Cronos down? We'll find out. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to DYOR Live here on the DYOR Media Network. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. So glad to be hosting another episode of this great show we call DYOR Live. As I said, here on the DYOR Media Network. It is August 27th, 2025. The month is almost over, coming to a monthly close soon enough. Will Bitcoin go for the highs again, or will it go back into the doldrums, down to grab some liquidity? But more to the point, will Cronos go up and grab all the glory? Cronos gets the Trump shine through his World Liberty Financial Institute, or whatever the heck it's called now. And is getting all the good stuff, all the good press, all of that kind of stuff going with it. But we'll talk about that later. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I turned myself off instead of turning Pedro on there. Where is the green flash? There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pedro Garcia, the crypto chart analyst. What's happened today, Pedro?
Well, I just want to give everybody the heads up. I'm a bit mucusy. Bad, and so I'm gonna be muting myself off and on. For whatever reason, I'm just coughing up stuff, and y'all don't need to hear it. So if you hear me talking and also you see me go quiet, you know I'm looking out for y'all.
Pedro's got the heebie-jeebies going on in his lungs right now. Hopefully he'll get over that soon. I guess this is the good part about working and broadcasting remotely. If we were in the studio together, we'd be like this. No! Back. Rona Bona or regular flu, who knows? Who knows what he's got? Doesn't matter. The fact is, he's still able to bring you the good stuff. Just sitting on a plastic ball in his room, and I'm standing next to a stand-up table here, so there is no conflict of interest at
all. But I do have conflict of interest when it comes to Bitcoin for Cronos. Oh yes. Many of you knew. We've been talking about Cronos for I don't know, since I've really been with you. We've covered Cronos from the beginning.
You've been talking about it. When it pumped to like 15 cents, you're like, man, if this thing goes to 25 cents, I'll be super happy. If it goes to 50 cents, I'll be crazy happy. And if it goes to $1, I'll be balls deep happy. We'll go with the mute button there. Fortunately, I got the mute button also here. And apparently laughing brings up that phlegm too.
Woo! That was good.
Woo! Getting started on a good note this morning.
Let's go.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Welcome to everybody here joining us this morning. See, I'm trying to be a little bit more professional about this and didn't have my screen up right. Anyway, it's a good morning so far. Green across the board. Mostly Dow's up 88 points, S&P up 6 points. The NASDAQ down is about flat. Russell is up a little bit, and the VIX is sitting at unchanged right now. So while the markets moved a little bit because of numbers that came out today, really in the aggregate didn't move at all. Once again, the market is a little slow this week. First of all, it's the summer week. It's one of the last weeks before kids start going back to school. Families are getting their last vacations in, which they used to do on Labor Day weekend, and before the teacher said, we have to go back in August. And people are getting the last minute things done. The market doesn't have as much liquidity in it right now. And also we have a big number coming out on, as they say, a red folder day on Forex Factory with the PCE number. The measure of how much money you and I are spending and racking up on our credit card debt. Well, it's just spending. Credit card debt's something else, but that's where it's going. Because our wages are not going up commensurate with inflation and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's a good day today. I have was trying to limit my system resources from overwhelming myself. So I put a static image on the TV above here. It's a crypto.com wallet, since we're talking about crypto.com today and Cronos and all that. This is not my balance. I wanted to point out I don't have $22,000 in crypto.com. This is the ad from their front page and their home page. So I was looking at that. I was like, oh, this looks like I'm putting my wallet on there. Not my wallet. Ad from Cronos. Or from crypto.com. Anyway, it looks like I froze what's his name over here on the side. Not a good look for this guy. Can't remember his name. I like his co-host is Tom Keene. Great announcer. And I try to copy him a little bit because he's kind of like me. He tells lots of little side stories and stuff like that. And compliments people and makes a few jokes. And so except that he's 300 years old and 900 pounds, so we're a little different. But anyway, Pedro, I just wanted to let you know that the biggest news of the day, though, the biggest news of the day is nothing to do with Bitcoin or Cronos. It's that Cracker Barrel switched their logo back.
Oh my goodness.
They got so much flack for taking the old guy leaning up against the barrel, that and turning it into a bland corporate logo, that they actually fired their marketing guy and put their logo back and just said, let's be done with this. They also said there's a bunch of new Cracker Barrel stores that just look like every other restaurant on the planet, and they said we're going to rehab those and make them into proper Cracker Barrel things, because these young kids that came around to try and change everything, they screwed it up. They're out. Bringing the old guys back in. We're bringing unhealthy food back. We're bringing massive plates of bacon, biscuits and gravy, all the good stuff that gives America the heartburn, but loves to go to Cracker Barrel and back.
I stopped going when I went there, and I said they didn't have unlimited. Remember, they used to have the unlimited, amazing, heart-killing, stopping, like destroy you biscuits with the honey. And like,
yeah, but I could only eat half of one anyway.
Bro, I would eat like
Pedro did not have that problem.
Bro, you remember you know how much I can eat. Man, I remember I would go there, and then the biscuits and gravy. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm like getting shivers just thinking about it. Like, bro, I hope they bring back that they used to have the thick applewood chicken, or not chicken, bacon. Remember, it'd be like that thick. Like, it used to be like
you'd have to chew it like this. Arr, arr, arr,
it was so good. It was like
there was no Cracker Barrel, and I've driven across the country a lot. I've driven a semi truck across the country a lot. Cracker Barrel's a great place for breakfast. The problem is when you're driving and you eat Cracker Barrel, you have to guarantee that Cracker Barrel's 20 minutes from a rest stop. Because otherwise you start sweating when you're driving. You're like, must get to rest stop.
Well, here's the thing. I thought a lot of those actually had a lot of truckers have indoor bathrooms in their
no. If they do, it's just those little like boat cartridge emergency toilet things that you poop into a bag. Yeah, it's not good.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Actually, now I think about it, because all there is enough room for a bed. I was thinking there was like but yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, in the bigger trucks there's room, but the rest stops and the gas stations are so frequent. And there's so many Loves, Flying J's, Loves, truck stops, TA, that type of stuff.
I've gone across America 4 times in my life.
I shower when I drive somewhere by myself. I shower at those things. And,
really?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. They're really nice. I mean, the truck stops have their ranking orders, but I always go to the Loves. The Loves always have very clean shower. It's like going it's like checking in a hotel room with no room. You just walk in the door and there's the bathroom, the shower, sink, nice toilet. And after each time someone uses it, the nice old ladies come in and disinfect the rooms and all that.
Yeah,
it's perfectly acceptable. Now, Mrs. Striking is totally aghast and almost stopped dating a long time ago. She was like, oh, I can't believe you would shower at a truck stop. I'm like, no, it's really nice. And one time I did show her when we were stopping on our drive. And I said, look, see, it's nice. She goes, oh, it is nice. And then she saw some of the people using the room. Some of the truckers aren't the most healthy people.
Of course. They're sitting all day and driving.
Right. And it's usually their fifth or sixth career. Mine was part of my company, so it's different. Yeah. But she was totally aghast. But anyway, that's the side story for today. Let's bring up some different music today. I like the music we played last night or yesterday and today. Where is it? It would be. Pedro, I had a good show last night. I did another because the 2 nights ago I screwed up the Sorry, I'm doing three things at once. I screwed up the Rumble Premium thing by not hitting the Premium button, and last night. So I redid it again last night. And pretty good. I had at one point I had 10 viewers, and I was able to read an ad. A mere 6 cents, but still did pretty well.
Didn't last time we did, we also had an ad, right, as well?
No, I've never done. That's the first time I ever did it on Premium.
Okay.
But hold on, wait. Why is this not working?
That sound right there is amazing. Meaning the sound volume. Normally when you play music, it's so loud I can't even hear myself. And like that sound, like that, whatever music you're playing is great, and it's at that perfect. Now it's going louder.
I'm not changing anything. Oh, you know what?
Now
I figured out what
louder.
causes that. Hold on, I figured that out. Hold on, let's see if it changes at all. Hold on. They put some new automatic gain and noise suppression things in it, so it would automatically change stuff. I couldn't figure out why it was changing it for you. Now it should say the same volume all the time. It should. Anyway, BTC retracing, bouncing on the 1 minute chart. Pedro, yesterday we talked about where in my newbie view at this, trying to look at the week-long thing, what was going on with the chart, I was following the old gotta go up to go down thing, talking about hitting the 107. Let me see if I can bring these charts up here. 107,000 liquidity pool that you're talking about. Hopefully that liquidity pool's still there, because I've got a short on, thinking that it's going to get down there. This Bitcoin chart is definitely not right.
Where did you get short at? The push up to go down?
No, right here, right where we are now. Just right as it dropped down in the 1 minute, it dropped below the 200 moving average. I said that's its. I didn't wait long enough. I should have waited another candle or two for it to close down to confirm it. But it's a total of $30 in margin. You know, it's not exactly a big trade.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. The point is that it's that time of the week for it to start it march down to grab the liquidity pool, and then finish the week on an uptrend. And that's putting all the things that I've learned into like a cohesive look at the week. That is my thoughts. Sorry, everybody. This Bitcoin chart is not right. Let me or the not chart, the graphics here. I don't know why I didn't have that up right. And for some reason, I can't just turn it on and off anymore. Let's see. Hold on, everyone. We'll be with you in just a moment. Wait, where the hell is that? Extension. Sometimes my API launches fast. My CoinGecko API launches fast. Sometimes, not so much.
It's all right, man. That's it. Sometimes life happens. What's really interesting is, I guess is that real? There's
what
no
real?
Way. Fed will cut rates in September. Odds are now 87%. Where are they getting those odds at?
Is that from FedWatch? Just people betting on it?
It might be. Let me check out. What's that betting? Why am I forgetting the betting firm?
Polymarket.
Polymarket. There you go. Polymarket. It's one
I was just reading something that Eric Trump took a big position, or no, Donald Trump Jr. took a big position in Polymarket.
Dude, I love the fact that like it's illegal to us, but these guys can do it. Like, WTF, dogs? Like, forgive me for my language, but like, really, like, why don't you give us the opportunity to place bets on Polymarket? It is against the law unless I have to sit there, go. Well,
No.
People have to go.
It's not against the law. They just said they can't operate in the U.S. You can still use it. They just can't operate in the U.S.
It's just so.
And that doesn't mean you can't invest in a foreign company, right?
This just frustrates me because
or an American company that's not allowed to operate in the U.S. I think.
Well, what I mean is this: I have to go there. A person has to put a VPN on, and then go through all the rigmarole, and then go in there and hit it, and then undo the VPN, which isn't that hard, but it's just still like takes your computer, and it's
right.
Just, it's dumb. I think it's dumb. Like if they're
dumb.
out there, like taking positions on this stuff, and we can't, like, WTF, bro? Like, come on, dog. Like, what is the deal? It's enough with my unprofessionalism. That's funny. But it is. So a Fed decision in September, it is up 25% basis point of decrease of 2, or 25% basis points decrease, and it is up to 78%. I would agree. They're probably just going to do it for, giggles and kind of laugh, but it's going to be really interesting because it's good for the Fed to keep rates high. Like it's good for them. They want to. They should. Like, they're a private business. Their shareholders receive money that company makes. And I know, Tom, we've talked about this idea of they're not independent, but the people in there who are part of the boards and they sit there, they receive benefits. They literally get dividends that line their pocket on a monthly.
Yeah, to be clear, the regional guys do. Not the U.S. Federal Reserve.
But I don't. How many times have I said things now and?
Well, they can't hide it. I mean, it's not like the Fed could just print money and give it to them, like pay them stacks of cash. I mean, that would eventually get out as being a bad thing. Someone would go to jail for that.
So if I'm a millionaire or billionaire, does inflation help me?
Yeah, because it inflates away your debt because you borrowed money instead of selling assets.
Yes, and more importantly, what does it do to my assets that I have?
It inflates your real estate holdings. That's for sure, and the value of things that are
than inflation itself.
Right.
Normally by at least 2 to 3% easily, based off the asset. Now, in addition to that, if I'm a rich guy, right, and it doesn't even have to be a banker, but majority of the time it's bankers, but you get that, like you understand that on an intrinsic level. And so I sit there and if I can get America to have to pay a higher interest rate, which then causes inflation to kick throughout the U.S. economy, which also hurts the U.S. people, but helps a lot of people. And again, I'm not one of those guys who are like conspiracy theorists and saying that they're trying to hurt people. I think it's more about they see money and there's some greed there. And they have been living more in they've lived in the majority of their life in surplus, and now they're not. And it's kind of gone against them over the last, I don't know, what was it, 2008? No, really 2019 has really hurt them, right? When they became the lender of just last resort, and and then they weren't making any cash. What I'm saying though is that there's no way that there is not some back deal like stuff that is happening where that does not benefit them. There's just no way. I don't believe it. It's not true. Like, and for you to sit there and say it's not, like, we would have thought, hey, there's no way that you can fake or false the numbers. Yet They did. Shocking. So I just,
massaging the numbers in a report is different than outright theft and bribery, and I mean that's a different thing. Hold on a sec, Pedro. I gotta address something. Crypto Mike, yeah, the Rumble feed was balky to start. We're having some difficulty the past 2 days with the old Rumble and software. The correct term is codecs not working correctly when one piece of software got upgraded and the other didn't. I was solving that while Pedro and I were talking. However, the YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch feeds all were working just fine, but still, there was an issue there, as they say, which always sucks. But we have more to the point. We have Mr. Daryl Lawton in the house.
Daryl Lawton, holy smokes, back from the grave, Mr. Lawton.
Mr. Lawton, clearly it's August in Europe and he's on vacation, so he has nothing better to do. So he said, I have to be entertained today, so I am gonna tune the boys in and see what's going on.
What up, dog?
Welcome, Daryl Lawton, to hope all is going with you. Last time we spoke, you were gonna move from Madrid somewhere down to the south of Spain or something like that. Hopefully that all worked well. Hopefully the fires in Spain didn't burn you out, or the blazing heat, or the huge taxes, or the repressive wokeism. Other than that, I hope it's great. So I still in Madrid.
He's over. Hey, come follow us on our Rumble now. Are you allowed to get Rumble there?
Of course.
Well, I mean, like in certain parts of England, like they're banning certain media that isn't 100% for, certain religions. And so it's just interesting to sit there and see what's actually happening. And I was just wondering if he's allowed to get it down there, because it's,
I don't know. England, the UK is screwed up. They're just, they've got this group think going on that is unstoppable.
It's crazy.
Sorry for your loss, Dara. Hope it was someone that brought. Not hope it was someone, but hope this person left you with great memories and not just the despondent news of their passing. Remember, when someone passes, you don't celebrate. You don't mourn their death. You celebrate the memories and the life lessons you learned from them. Even if you weren't even close to them, everyone leaves a little bit of their life on you, and hopefully you take that with you and are a better person from it.
And my heart, my love go out to you, man. I pray you are well, and I'll remember you in my prayers, man. Much solace to you and your family. Sorry.
Let's see. All right, but Pedro, we're going to take, as they say, the first small break of the day here.
Oh, let Mr. Lawton know what's going to happen. Mr. Lawton, come over to us over in Rumble, man. I'll send the link.
Ladies and gentlemen, on everywhere except Rumble, you're going to see our commercial holding spot. So right now, just bear with us while we get into it.
we know that we can go through and say that has a legit business model, and they have real value coming in fiat and crypto, and they can take a great percentage of it.
Hold on, I'll hold you for 1 second there, Pedro. 1 second. Welcome back, everyone, on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, and so forth. Thanks for sitting by during our commercial break there while Pedro and I read the ad and then continued on the conversation. You're watching DYOR Live. I'm in Ottawa, Ontario now. Pedro over in the northeast of the United States. Market's up a little bit. Dow's up 88 points. S&P's up 8 points. NASDAQ up only 12. Russell's up 9. And the VIX is up as well. But everything's kind of chilling right now, Pedro. Anyway, sorry, I cut you off there for our little recap of where things were.
Well, we can just go into it. So one thing I think what's interesting is I think a lot of people saw Crow moving up, but just more or less, I think assumed that it just has to do more with what was happening with crypto at large. And the more and more I looked at Crow, the more and more I just thought like this, if I'm going to be looking to buy into something, like why wouldn't it be something that really has a lot of money coming in? And like any type of exchanges, any type of decentralized exchanges, more or less kind of remind me of the, like, I think the next one we'll probably see, and we'll see something come in because it's such a low cap value, right? Is going to be Uniswap or any decentralized value system. I think it's so important because when I look at what's actually happening with crypto and kind of the adoption, we're just seeing a slow burn here. And I think regardless of what is actually happening with the regular populace getting into this, I think we really do, I do expect to see large institutions get into these exchanges, much like how we looked at Google and Yahoo. We looked at, what else? What was the other one Microsoft used to have? Bing and Explorer, right? Like you saw these ones that were coming about and they were just kind of trying to find their way, until we had the current, Web 2 internet. Now Web 3 is kicking out, and these, like I talked about BAT, basic attention token, right? For the why am I forgetting? What is this called? Shoot. I'm forgetting what the actual Brave for the Brave Web 2 browser, but it's also Web 3 browser because it connects. There's these little things that actually generate income. They use ad revenue. They're abreast with AI, and they know how to incorporate well. They know how to incorporate it well and apply it. And so it's interesting to sit there. If I'm a company, right, and I'm looking to invest, or if I'm an investor and I'm looking to invest in a lot of these countries, and I'm a traditional investor, I'm looking for these type of companies. And Crow is one of the primary companies that I've always said is great at generating business, knows how to market, and extremely adept at kind of reading the political climate. I mean, once we started seeing kind of the negative attention with crypto under the Biden administration, I mean, first term, Trump really wasn't for it, but he wasn't necessarily against it. He wasn't trying to suppress crypto. And then when the Biden administration stepped in and started to come heavy, we saw that, what's the guy's name? The CEO. Why am I forgetting his name? He left America and he basically said, deuces, I'm not a part of, I'm not going to be here. So he moved it, I think, over into Tokyo. And Singapore. Thank you. Not Tokyo, Singapore. Not the same difference too. I was about to say same difference, but it's not. I mean, anyways, I've always wanted to go. I've never been to Singapore. I want to go to Singapore.
It's really interesting. I've been there. The Singapore police used to be a customer of mine, and I've been there a bunch of times. It's just another one of those really cool places that eventually need to go visit. I'd love to go there for one of the big Token 49 crypto shows and that type of stuff. Very small place. You can walk across the whole place in about an hour or so. It's really interesting, and it's at the tip of Malaysia, the Malaysian island, right down there, and it's kind of like Manhattan.
Okay.
Manhattan has a
New York.
river on either side of it, and then big landmass behind it. And so out front, I woke up and I got there in the nighttime, and I woke up, my hotel is overlooking the water, and there's 700 ships out there getting ready to transit into Indonesia, Malaysia, unload in the ports in Singapore or wherever. It's really interesting. A lot going on there, and there's a lot of people in that part of the world, so there's a lot going on by default. But very interesting. Had a great time there. Looking forward to going back someday.
Well, one day. But he moved over to, he literally moved over to Singapore. In addition to that, he made it very clear, like when Trump came in, as he was coming to office, he made it clear to come and kiss the ring and connect with them. And I said, you can't just come into that and kiss the ring and not get some not to say a backhand deal, but there is something that happened there, that it was an exchange. And that exchange happened, and all of a sudden the exchange just exploded now. And so I look at it and I go, you know what? That makes sense. Now, whether it's good or bad, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. But
all right, we'll bring up the Cronos chart. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the
let's check out Cronos.
What's going on there?
Alrighty, so right now we're seeing the 5-minute chart. We saw it get up to that 39. Now, I actually had a weekly and a monthly zone sitting right here. We blew right by it. Like, I thought we were going to hit it. That was that 25, 30 cent area. I thought originally when we got up to that 18 cent or 20 cent area here, that we were going to see a pullback, or we were going to get up to that 25 cents. But or this one right here, that's what it was, 23 cents, that 23 cent area. That I thought we were going to get up to that 25 cent area. There is a supply area right here. The fact that we're coming in with so much volume off of that, I just don't think it's going
Welcome
to.
Carmen Crypto to the house.
Like I always say, I expect to see it push up, continue up a little, come back down, find support here, and then push back up, right? That's what we want to see. And with this excessive amount of volume coming in, especially like this, the news came out yesterday morning about the World Liberty connection, right? And what was happening. We saw them push it up. Then we see the extended candle coming in. And we talked about, I'm expecting, and I think, when was this? I think it was in late July, early August, when I said, I expect Crow to really get up and go, because it was the first sender for the coins that really propelled a lot of the stuff, right? Like we saw it really send hard, and then everything else just started going crazy. So I said, I'm expecting to see Crow really get up and go. Like this, I think this is the canary in the coal mine in a good sense, saying, hey, I think the altcoin season is starting and it's about to get up. I think the dogs are about to let loose, to start run. And I mean that in like, Shiba Inu, Doge. Also, I think we'll definitely be seeing other like ICT, HNT, right? These ones are the ones that like have a huge amount of huge communities. They have these, and I hate to say it like this because it just sounds horrible, but it's the truth. If I'm an institution and I see these have great tech, great and large communities, I sit there and I go, I got perfect exit liquidity.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I don't need to pay for it. Right? They're going to, because they're a community, they're a family. And when it starts to pump, everybody starts to go. And you're just going to wait until it gets frenzy and people start selling kidneys, right? Because, well, crypto people are crazy. They're not like stocks people. Like there's a whole entire community that literally get, you don't ever see people getting Microsoft tattooed on their chest, right? Or, like on their neck, right? And like there's ones that had Shiba Inu, tattooed on their neck. They literally have the Shiba Inu dog with the Shiba sign right, like right here. That, like it's crazy. Like that's literally the sign that they had with the Shiba Inu. And so I sit there and I'm just like, I look at that and I go, there's no way. Like, why would I want to lose out? If we can see Crow do, let's say we see Crow get all the way. Let's do some price predictions here so that we can.
Wait, hold on. What chart? That's not the Crow chart you have up there.
No, this is the helium. I'm using the helium because helium right now it's low, like it's $2, but it's high. In the first bull run or the last bull run was $50. Like literally, like $50. And so I just look at that going like, if I'm an institution and I go, well, in the next 6 months things are gonna get real crazy, and I can, knowing like this has a huge community, it's got over like 2-3 million people in that hold the coin. And if this starts to pump, people are going to start buying it. And literally, you're sitting at a 269 area. This thing could pump to $50 at least, or if not get up further than that. Even if it's like $40, you still have a 20x from an institutional standpoint. You're like, that could pay the majority of my bonus for the next 15 years. So these are these small little things that I'm looking at. So let's check out Crow here because it doesn't drive Tom nuts here. But in the same sense, like I'm expecting the first play here is that 46 to 54 area. That's the next zone area here. I'm going to remove this. I don't know if I want to remove this simply because I want to wait for the pullback, but we're going to change colors on this and make it green so that people understand that I'm looking now, seeing this as a flip zone that potentially could let us know when price pulls back. And actually hopefully it doesn't hold here, or excuse me, hopefully it doesn't pull back here. I think it's going to continue up just with the amount of volume coming in and what we're seeing on the daily chart. It's just, look at the hour chart. It's just boom, boom. Like the pullback of today was trying to pull it back and they couldn't even bring it back down to the 8 period on the hour. The kink in this is it's like boom, pronounced. Look at that, dude. Like, that's a big deal. Look at the 20, bam, look at that kink, bro. Like the 50, it's extending. We talk about the extending side of Bitcoin, but at the time, I believe it was a 3.5 billion market cap. I think it's now at 7 or 8 billion market cap.
$9.1 billion market cap.
If this thing starts to get up and go, like legit, we could see, what is ETH? What ETH's 200 billion? I think.
Yeah, no, it's 400 billion, I think. Whatever, it's a lot.
But what I'm saying is I don't understand why a lot of these exchanges are some of the top producers as well. Like it should be, I think Crow, I think Uniswap, because they're cash companies and they're in front of AI. The key is that
Ethereum is at $560 billion in market cap. Crypto.com or Cronos, whatever it is, has a long way to go before they get there. But it's crypto, not unheard of.
I think one of the things to be paying attention to is that like the market cap for coins. I talked about how in the previous bull run, 1 billion was a big deal. If you could hit 1 billion market cap, and if you're a small cap, that was a big deal. It was unheard of, right? Then I said in this next bull run for meme coins, and Tom did say he didn't expect us to even have meme coins. We're going to die and they're going to be silly and they'll fly off. And I said, no, bro.
They're still silly.
Yeah.
But billions being made.
Billions. And I said, I think the next real jump is going to be it's at a 1 billion market cap as a big thing. We'll see 5 billion. If you could hit $3 to $5 billion, that's going to be that next point. And I believe in the next bull run, and which will be, what is that, to 25, that'd be in the 30s or 28s, 2028. new meme coins, we're going to see everything scale up. And so we'll see if your meme coin hits, 8 billion, 10 billion, and everything else, right? When you look at the market cap of Ethereum will hit most likely 600, and I know it's going to sound crazy, but $1 trillion. I think we could see a Bitcoin literally at a $2 to $3 trillion easily this bull run. I mean, meaning the base, to go up to about 6 to 8 million or billion, or 6 to 8 trillion dollars, and then come back down to 3 trillion, right? I think we could see Ethereum get up literally to about $1 trillion, if not higher than that, maybe even 1.3 trillion. We could see a lot of these other coins that are sitting at $7 billion. If they hit 100 billion, 200 billion, 300 billion, I don't think it's unheard of. And I mean, in this bull time, in this bull run. So I'm looking at a lot of these coins going like, they're sitting at 7 billion, 6 billion. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we could see a Cronos at 300 billion.
Yeah, well, think about it. It's at 27.1 cents right now, Cronos. We'll just round it to 10 billion. It just goes to $2 or $3. That's 100 billion. I mean, that's not out of the realm for these things. I mean, we've seen plenty of things go up. Solana, Cardano, blah blah blah. Zoop, 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 up, up, up is the moon. But Pedro,
yes,
I have some bad news about Cronos. I don't like Cronos.
Okay.
I don't like Cronos. Let's see if I can bring my screen up here. Oh, it's doing that thing again. I don't know why it's showing your screen also.
Do you want me to just go to black screen?
Yeah, go to black screen for a minute.
Okay.
That didn't work.
I'm trying to not share my screen so that you can...
No, don't do that. Just put something with a dark background on it.
Oh, okay.
There, that's perfect. Nope.
Actually, no. All right.
Why is this doing this? Why would it show both screens? I swear this is the upgraded version of the software. Great. All right, let's there. Sorry about that. Anyway, here's the weekly chart for there, just leave that. Don't let it load anything. Here's the weekly version of the Cronos chart. I have the blue arrows drawn at every pump here. At every pump.
You're gonna get mad. I literally am trying to like.
No, I get it. This is a new bug. It's like, why doesn't it just work?
There we go.
Hold on, I'll just. I don't know why it's doing that. Give me a second. Anyway, here's the chart. I got both of us off screen while I fix this thing. The blue arrows, ladies and gentlemen, are the good things that have happened to Cronos. Pump, 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 all these different pumps. What happens almost without consolidation at all right after the pump? There, I fixed the problem. It dumps. It dumps, ladies and gentlemen. Cronos has no history of maintaining its price at all. If you look at it, it's a miserable looking chart. It looks like a meme coin chart in which the dev has 49 wallets, and as soon as they get some volume in, they use one of the other wallets to dump off 1 or 2% of the supply. And that keeps happening over and over again with Cronos. And I don't understand why. Cronos, or Crypto.com, seems to make plenty of money as an exchange. They don't need to, it's not like Ripple where they need to sell their token in order to make money to pay the massive salaries they have. This chain is, in theory, independent of Crypto.com. They launched it, they funded it. They probably hold a massive amount of the token like BNB does. But still, this worries me, and I'm surprised that this hasn't sold off already. But this is a weekly chart, give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and if this pattern doesn't repeat itself, I will be quite surprised. I will be very surprised. And I didn't realize this. I was looking at this chart last night with Chuck on the premium version of in the Space Lounge, and I hadn't zoomed out fully on the week chart, and I was shocked. I looked at it. I'm like, oh my god, this looks like so many meme coins in which insiders sell. They're like, they see the volume and then they do that thing. They're like, we'll sell the volume. Nobody will notice. And yes, we do notice, but selling the volume, while temporarily in the short term nobody notices, it keeps the price going up naturally where it should be, and it almost eliminates consolidation because it's artificially foiling the market. So we haven't had, except for at its lows, we haven't had good consolidation of this after a pump, and that worries me. So I would like to be wrong here because I would like to see Cronos do well at this and price go up, and a lot of people realize wealth, including you, Mr. Pedro. But I have a feeling we're going to see 2 or 3 weeks of sell-off or of consolidation, 2 or 3 weeks of not much, and then someone's going to say, "I need a couple of $100 million," and sell it off. And that wouldn't surprise me at all. That's my worry about this. I don't know if anyone else shares it. Mr. Lawton, what's your opinion of it? Sorry, I just threw that in there to stimulate some conversation. But that's my take on that chart there. And maybe I'll make a run at it with a short, betting that they're going to sell it off again or something like that. I'll do the hedge fund thing. Instead of being a small, smart trader, I'll pretend I'm a massive billion-dollar hedge fund and short the crap out of it. With my usual $25. You're on mute, Mr.
So I think one of the things I think to be paying attention to in relationship to that is the volume. Don't step in front of, you want to make sure you hit a real liquidity area. Areas that we are hitting are not liquidity areas because they've been traded through. So they're not going to act as a normal pullback area. I think this thing could very much run to that 50 cents, potentially even $1 area before what you're saying actually happens. It may not. I don't know. I don't think it will, literally because of the aspect behind it, right? It being a treasury, and more importantly, like And here's the thing: Eric Trump could dump on it, right? And Donald Jr. But even if they do, they've just got done building a massive position. They have a treasury. It's not like they're just dumping it. They're creating a treasury. Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor has a Bitcoin treasury. They are going to want to be able to charge high interest off of an increasing value. And so to me, I sit there and I go, it most likely will hold. Now I could be wrong. It's a different story, but with Ethereum is a treasury now. If I start hearing,
I disagree with that on Ethereum being a treasury. I still think it's too. I don't know. I'm not with you there on Ethereum. I think Ethereum's still just a big FOMO token.
It could be, but here's the thing: there are companies out there that are building entire ecosystems on it being treasury based, or a treasury, and a huge amount of Ethereum that they can base literally or collateralize that Ethereum and loan out against it and create almost a bank, even though it's not a bank, based off of that currency. In the same sense. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, I was saying, yeah, I get that. There's a lot of companies saying that, just like Galaxy Digital said, we're going to be a Bitcoin treasury. Oh my gosh, so we're jumping on the bandwagon too. And then yesterday, the past couple days, they sold 80,000 Bitcoins. They're like, well, the price is going to go down, so we'll revisit this treasury thing later type stuff. But I do have to interrupt you, Pedro, because it's that time of the day again. For those of you watching on YouTube and stuff, we'll be right back with you. You can do all kinds of stuff by joining rumble.com, DYOR Media. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, on the other channels, thanks for our commercial break there. Welcome back to DYOR Live. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking. The man in the box is Pedro Garcia, crypto chart analyst. We've been talking about Cronos.com, but right now the Dow is up 114, the S&P is up 12, NASDAQ up 26, Russell 14, and the VIX is still unchanged. Still kind of a boring day. Bitcoin kind of waffling around. But Pedro, you and I have been talking about Cronos. I'd like to get someone that's very knowledgeable about Cronos and crypto.com and stuff like that. We should get Oscar Ramos on the show and have him come talk about it and tell us where we've gone wrong. Or let me rephrase that, where I've gone wrong and potentially you've gone right in thinking about it. Obviously, you've been building a position in this for a long time and wanting it to keep going up.
I have not. I have not been putting in a position in it for a long time. I just been looking at it and I just like the way it works. I have not been building a position in it at all.
And so and I have not either. I bought some a long time ago in my first crypto.com account, but I only used that account because it was a good on-ramp at the time. And then I lost the phone with the authentication key and forgot about that account. There wasn't any money in it, but forgot about that account. Haven't reopened it yet. But clearly, Cronos and Crow, they have an army, Pedro. But they have a community. And as we talk about all the time on this show, tokens or coins or whatever that has a community, an army, they seem to end up doing well, because at some point that whole army invested, lost a ton of money a couple years ago, stayed with it, DCA'd like crazy over the past few years, wound up in profits, and now it's starting to go up, and now they're all in profits, or like 90% of the wallets are in profits, and they're out there talking about it, which brings in the FOMO effect, as you know, and then more good things happen. So it would be good to get someone that's been involved in that community. I'll reach out to Oscar, see if we can get him on the show to talk about this. But I'm guessing his because he does a lot on XRP, but he does a lot on Cronos also. So we'll see what we can do there. For the rest of you watching, drop a comment or a question or two. It's Wednesday here. We don't have a big agenda. We did our talk about Cronos and stuff, but would like to hear what's going on with everybody else out there.
Also, I think one of the things that we can actually bring value to is that we know that on Cronos, there's a few meme coins that are on it, and they're doing pretty well. Let's check out Crow with Knife.
Crow with Knife. Man, I haven't followed that one in ages.
Well, I just thought it was interesting because, of course, if it's moving up and they're still around, they're enjoying. And we're actually watching them. So their low was around 15 cents. And we're literally seeing these guys jump to 31 cents. Just from this boost alone, they've gone from 21 cents to 31 cents. Just basically, what is that? 30%? No. They've literally almost went up by 50%. 50%. Off of that level. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So shout out to the Crow with Knife community. Your guys' grind came through, and it's paying off. So keep up the good work. Shout out to you. What else? How many other? Hold
on, bring out give us a bigger time frame on that chart, Pedro. I was an early investor in Crow with Knife.
I remember.
I faded it badly.
Yes.
And when Crow, it was moving when Crow was moving up, and then shortly thereafter, like I said, like a week or two after, Crow just absolutely dumped it and brought all those Crow meme coins just down hard. And so, like I said, I got the F out. Let's see if I can bring up the.
They're pumping again, and so as they are pumping, the degens are running, and they're running into a lot of these meme coins. So you're watching it, starting to get up and go. I mean, just look at meme coins on the Pro network. And mind you, they have a whole entire decentralized network that is just fire. It's one of the best ones out there. I think they could compete with Uniswap. Many of the decentralized organizations, people don't necessarily launch on them a lot on their blockchain. But I mean, if the Trump administration really starts to push, and there are a ton of pro supporters for Trump and his World Liberty Family Office, World Liberty Financial Family Office institution. It's one of those things that I could see them getting back and behind. There's a whole entire new liquidity pool for the banksters to let run up and then sell off and run off. Because what's funny is if you still look at the Trump meme coin, it still is doing okay. It's not. It's gone under so much fire, and the coin itself, and the fact that his family is behind them. I just like, why wouldn't? If the political, look at this coin, I just think it's crazy. It's still at $8 billion. It started at what was it, 900 or 95 million. You know what I'm saying? It literally is it's still 80x from its low. From its that's still nuts to me. Oh no, sorry, it's not. I thought it was 8. My bad, because I saw the 8 fully diluted value. Okay, so it was at 90. All right, forgive me. I apologize. It's only 20x from its low. Almost 20x from its low. You know what I'm saying? It's not like these people are these are bag holders. These are diamond handers, bro. It's real with this one. Diamond hands all the way. They ain't playing that's a Chad and a half, man.
Still $1.7 billion in it. I realize it went up to what, 24 billion or something like that was its high.
Yeah. And from its high, it's I think it was 16 billion or 15 billion, at least on this one from Meteora. I always mess it up, but yeah, man, I look at this and I'm like, this baby, it's just, so I look at that, anything that man really is trying to do or his family's trying to do, he's got a base there that just doesn't dump. They're going to push up, they missed out on Crow. Okay, what's on the Crow network? Dude, this just put crypto.com in front of so many normies that are not pro crypto to go, what is crypto.com? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay, this is like a bank. And by the way, they're about to become a bank, which I don't like. I actually absolutely hate the fact that they're about to become a bank.
They're about to be everything. The next thing you know, they're going to be launching spacecraft, and it's unbelievable. The golden opportunity that the Trump family has, like no other family before. Well, I take that back. I'm sure in the 1800s, the families of presidents and stuff like that made all sorts of bank, on strange leases of oil property on federal land and stuff like that. I shouldn't say that like no other president. In the modern day, let's say it like that, there's been no other money-making machine around politics. This makes Nancy Pelosi look like the Boy Scouts raising money in front of a supermarket, selling cookies and stuff like that so they can buy their patches. Let's see. Fire Chicken says, I'll be posting about a Bitcoin-based HSA called Sound HSA, health savings account. Is that what you mean? They also have an app where you can earn Satoshi for walking. Is that HSA in my mind means health savings account? Crypto Mike, you have a son? Oh, I don't. Pedro, did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
I don't think I did.
He's like a baby, right?
Oh, yes. I do recall. Health savings account will be regulated in the U.S. Canada has health savings accounts, and let me tell you what a scam it is here. Oh my God. It's essentially for work. It's an employer benefit thing. And so say you have a company or you work for a company, and they'll say, we'll reimburse your health insurance or health costs not covered by insurance as an employee benefit. Well, the government of Ontario said, wait, that's free money. We need to tax it. So they tax it 20%.
Are you
It's yeah, they tax it 20%. So say you incur $100 in whatever. There's a long list of things. You can get back braces, you can get anything and claim it. And so your company has a fee to pay for the administration of the health savings claim, a couple other things. And so in the end, it costs it costs your company about $118, of which they pay the bill. They reimburse you. They pay the bill, and then you pay the bill, and then they reimburse you. So it costs the company about 20% more overall until it's taxed. What the government of Ontario said was, wait, that employee's getting free money from its company and not declaring it as income. It's not income. You're getting reimbursed for health expenses. And so they said, we need to tax that 20%. They don't tax you because that wouldn't have passed. They tax the company now. So the company pays an extra 20% on top of all the other taxes, like taxes on taxes on taxes. And so that $100 ends up being about $164. I'm not getting it right, but it's about that for a $100 bill. It's such a scam.
Weren't so nice. They would have literally already had a tea party, like a Boston tea party, and gone through and said, "Enough's enough."
Enough's enough. Crypto Mike has two sons, 20 and 15. I did not know that. I remember a discussion a while ago about one. I think when you said he has a little son, I was like, I remember him talking about him being little. At some apparently 18 years ago. Yes, your government taxes everything they can. It's so ridiculous, the tax in Canada. Almost as ridiculous as the UK. And the UK is just, and a couple of European countries are just outrageous. It's like, oh yeah, of course you should be taxed. All your taxes should be 75% of your income. Of course. Income tax, VAT tax, all types of other taxes, liquor tax, healthcare tax, transit tax, up your butt tax, all this type of stuff.
Do you know how much the taxes were on the tea during the Boston Tea Party? Do you know how much they revolted over?
No,
3%. 3%. Literally 3%. A 3% tax that was going to go to the failing. What was the not Lords of London? The British fleet.
East.
That was East. Yeah. What was it called? The
East India Company.
Yeah, the East Indian Company.
Yeah, to fund their operations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They said, no, that's not going to happen.
No, 3%. Like 3% is a starting point for us. Once it starts to go to 10%, we start to get pissed. That's literally 4x. Or not literally, but that's like 3x. 3.13x of what we just come accustomed to. They've duped us well. They have duped us well.
Oh, they did dupe us well. I don't know what the hell I did with my background here. But,
and people actually celebrate the fact that you have to pay. Like, they're like, I pay my taxes. I'm a taxpayer. And I'm like, I don't think we have to. I'm actually starting to believe what Trump is actually saying. Like, could we potentially fund our whole entire tax need with like tariffs? I mean, is that possible?
assuming we stay a consumer-based based based economy. As soon as we switch to a saving based one, no, because and as soon as we start, if Trump's right, we start making everything in the U.S., then we don't have any basis for tariffs on imports. Because if we get rid of $200 billion of imports, we get rid of $35 billion in taxes. But
then by then you're generating so much, tax revenue
theory,
literally from the, if you think about it, it's 15%, 6%, but if you're literally doing triple the amount of, because like money that is made in America by Americans and then spent in America, you have a triple taxation off of that, right? The building of it, that you're taxed. And then you have the selling of the product that you're taxed. And the person receives the product, right? And that in it's are double. But it's the making of it, the selling of it, and then the receiving it is still, that's triple tax. And if you have a lot more money based in America, it could help out and potentially reset the whole entire ecosystem in America, where we could still be a consumer-based nation, but not dependent on the world, but more dependent on ourselves. The only thing that could really mess that up is if they were to increase taxes again. But then
that could never happen.
Export, and then we need to export things, which means we need a smaller government. Which means that if we have smaller governments, they can't really have the authority to really push us around anymore. Kind of like how we were in the kind of beginning of the nation. Nah, that can't be.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy talk, Pedro.
I'm going to end up getting arrested over here talking this crazy. Don't go, whatever you do not go into a libertarian meeting. They stuff that sometimes gets said. I'm like, y'all crazy. I'm gonna leave now.
Well, Fire Chicken has a great point here. It doesn't have tax. Fire Chicken.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. No tax
right.
on Fire Chicken.
I'm agreeing with you. I am agreeing with you. Yes, you are correct. And let's look at Fire Chicken. How is Fire Chicken doing? Check out our meme coins here. There you are. Let's check out good old friend Fire Chicken, see how they're doing. Oh, they're already taking off, man. That pullback was a nice little pullback. They're taking ground again. Look at that offensive move. Came up, waited for the 8 period, and look at that. Just said, all right, it's time to go. We could see it. That's a nice little pullback too. Boom, pullback. Now it's pushing up. There you go. Nice little, actually found support on this area right here. Right, you can see it came down. Sold off, came back down on the weekly. I'd love to see maybe a little more of a sell-off, but the truth is we're talking about meme coins here. But look at this. It's nice. It's real nice, man. So, like I said, that next level is potentially 500K here. We've already seen volume come in. We're seeing it already starting to progress. One more really mid-size KOL, and that thing got 500,000 plus. So it's going to be
bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Now on the back end as well, let's talk about this here real quick. How many cryptocurrencies are literally not cryptocurrencies? How many meme coins are on the Crow network? Do you know how many?
That I wouldn't even be able to contemplate that. 70,000? 80, 100, 200,000? Well, I guess how many were created versus how many are active.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. You are right. That's actually a good way of putting it. Let's ask Rock. Now I'm actually I'm second guessing myself. Now I got to ask Rock, see what's going on. All right, let's see if it can know. how many meme coins are active on the DeFi network. There we are. Alrighty.
Shout out to everyone watching on LinkedIn. I saw a couple of you over there.
Shout out to you guys.
Thank you very much for doing that, Pedro. As you might suspect, I'm about to read our last commercial break of the day. For those of you on the YouTubers, we'll be right back with you in just a moment here when we take care of making the That's a good one. That was a good one. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube. Thanks for putting up with the commercials and the commercial breaks. Really appreciate it. We're back. This is DYOR Live here on the DYOR Media Network. My name is Tom, also known as Striking. Here, the man in the box next to me, Pedro Garcia. We've been talking about crypto.com. We've been talking about Bitcoins. We've been talking about Ether coins, we've been talking about Crow coins, you name it, we've been talking about it. But right now we're trying to get an idea of how many meme coins are on. Pedro, what did Grok say? How many meme coins?
Yeah. And I think, and to give context to our people over there on LinkedIn, look, we're all about kind of bringing a good understanding of what crypto is about. And if you discount meme coins, you're discounting about a third of what's actually happening in just the movement and volume that happens in the market. And for you to do that, you lose the subtleties of when a market is starting to go. So it's important to understand that meme coins are important to kind of, it's the ear to the railway to hear the train a-coming, right? And you want to hear that because as you're starting to see volume really pick up, you typically will see it happen within meme coins first. You'll see the push in it. And then from there, we'll start to see utility coins and also major coins push. Now, obviously, this was kind of left field with crypto.com. I mean, we knew something was happening with it, just we saw it going, but I really took that towards just the broad market move of what was happening in crypto. and just the pleasant sentiment from the government. But then when when World Financial Liberty Financial Family Office, company, came out with the term with their which, by the way, if you're going to pick a coin to do that on, Crow is a great treasury because it's low cap. You can push it up, you can increase your profitability, and even if you dump a large portion of it, you're still going to hold the base of it sitting at $10 billion, where where you're really putting the majority of the money at. So whoever thought of it, smart. Just putting that out there. But again, I think it was a family move. But I'm not going to say that.
No, I can't believe that. No.
All right, so let's look at some of these coins, because Grok brought up some pretty ones. I was like, oh shoot, that's on it. So Dogelon Mars under Elon is a coin. I'm going to read this because they actually did really. Have you noticed how good Grok is getting? Like
Doge. What was that? Dogelon Mars?
Yeah, Dogelon, and it's under Elon. But I'm gonna pull it up here. I'm gonna read it because Grok said this really kind of clever. He goes, there's approximately 20 active meme coins on the Cronos network based on recent trading activity such as non-zero 24-hour transactions and volumes on decentralized exchanges. This count reflects token category as memes with observable on-chain engagement. Though the exact number, forgive me, I haven't been actually wearing this over the last week because I haven't been feeling that good, and I normally wear it every day, right? Forgive me. On-chain engagement, though the exact in my glasses all the way over there. This
control plus, make the font bigger.
Oh, yes.
Control plus.
No, I will not do that because then I get. All right, so I'm going to do it. All right,
ladies and gentlemen, reading like a third grader by Pedro Garcia.
With observation on chain engagement, though the exact number can fluctuate as new tokens launch frequently and some may become inactive over time. For context, broader ecosystem listings show a similar range of meme-themed tokens, around 22 inferred from name and description, with the following top 10 by market capitalization, all demonstrating recent activity via price change and trading volume. Yes!
It gets through
so hard. I was like, I'm not gonna cheat. I had to sit there. I had to be like, come on, eyes, you can make that. I'm telling you, it's actually how your eyes get strong. Okay, go ahead.
Dogelon has a $60 million market cap with 2.7 million traded in the past 24 hours.
Yes.
And it's at its lows.
I was about to bring that up. It's at its lows. So I mean, the reality is,
what kind of manipulation is that? Where
that's people buying. It's people trying to sell and people buying. People trying to sell and people buying. So that is
where's my Family Feud exes?
Somebody's trying to hold this on. So this is one for the. I'm gonna call it Crows. I'm gonna do this one. Give me 1 second. Boom. We're gonna have to create one manage list. We're gonna call it Crows list. Memes. All right, let's go. Boom. We're gonna put this up in here and see what's going on. Here's the ones that we're just gonna hold on to and see what populates here. We're gonna do that right there. Now, obviously, there's some craziness going on.
Come on, Chuck. Come on.
What is Chuck saying?
So Pedro is saying we should go eat some FCKN crow, some effing crow.
Oh, is there effing crow? Is there another meme coin called effing crow?
No. It's a play on fire chicken.
I know. I got it. But also, effing Chrome means I'm sorry, because it rocks the mic that because Fire Chicken is on fire. I love it, baby. Let's go. Dude, any play and for any shill is always about for our play, because the bigger the community, the better. Let's go. All right. So let's check out Corgi. Corgi. What was it? Corgi?
I remember Corgi.
Corgi AI. It's Corgi AI. AI. Yeah, I remember this one too. Wow, this is not 58 million, is it really? I thought it'd be a lot lower. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I remember, because it got up to like 1.3 billion last year, dude. Remember that? It was I remember, because I thought it was dead around it. I was like, okay, it's dead, right? And then it shot up, and then it sold off again and shot up. So you can see right here, Corgi is looking fire. Sitting at 58 million right now, but it's starting to pump, dude. I mean, it got a little pump off of the run here. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, pay attention. Fire. What's up? What do you say?
There's someone with a giant fat wallet there that will, if you were to put $100 in, they'd sell it off. As soon as you put that $100 in, they'd sell it off. And they're just waiting for some chump to come in and buy here and go, oh look, FOMO, and then they'll sell it back to, down to the floor.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Don't piss off at Trump. His kids are very similar to him. They're tough as nails, dude. They may grew up rich, but Trump didn't allow them to enjoy the riches. It was daddy's money. He was like, y'all need to make your own. And he wasn't a jerk. I mean, it's actually kind of cool to hear some of his kids talk about, he has one daughter, she's only worth a couple $1 million. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I mean, you would think that, Trump would at least give them 10 to 15 million, 20 million just to, live off of the family, and that, they can, but he's like, y'all need to make your money. Let's go. If you want to be part of the family business, obviously come in, right? I'm going to help you. But I just think it's interesting. So I think I'm not imagine a Trump who had just more testosterone and more dog in him. Somebody said that's how Eric is. He's like Trump, but just more dog in him. He's more tenacious. I remember I met this guy. It was in the gym. And you know where I live, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of influential kind of people. And so I'm in the gym and I'm talking about the Trumps and stuff like that. And, and when I'm in the gym, I like going to the sauna. I like hearing what the rumor mill is talking about, kind of the peanut gallery. So when there's something that's happening, I go into the sauna and I just say, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about that? And people start talking. And so we had talked about, remember, DeepSeek and everything was happening. I mean, we had a full-on 2-hour conversation and nobody left the sauna. It was literally 45, 50 guys stuck between 4 guys talking about DeepSeek and AI and what's actually happening. And so I just think it's interesting that, when you get that type of thing and you're all just sweating balls, not wanting to be in there, but you want to hear the conversation and they're willing to suffer for it, that's important to be paying attention to. Literally, right? Sweating balls, literally. So I say this because at the same time, I've heard people talk about Trump in this same type, in this gym, which is kind of like a, it's a special gym where they work on you. They, you have hot baths, you have cold baths, you have also the type of gyms, you have people you have special,
Turkish baths, Pedro.
There you go. It's like Turkish, but it's not one of those baths. I would not go to it. It's not what I'm part of. But you can go in, and what happens is you start to hear people talk. And somebody was mentioning Eric Trump, and somebody's like, "You talk about a dog, man. That dude." He doesn't play. He is not he's his father, but just imagine more aggressive dude. He's just not playing. And he knows what he wants and he goes after it. And he doesn't mince words. He knows how to get the art of the deal, but he's more aggressive. And if you come against what he's trying to do, like, i.e., that girl who was lambasting him over his sell-off on ETH, which it might have been, I don't know, but he's not going to have it. And so it's interesting to sit there and see if people are really going against this crow thing. I could sit there and see Donald and Eric being like, all right, let's play, dude. You want to go? Let's see how far you can go. And it's real interesting. I mean,
take some moments and listen to Eric's podcast on Rumble. I mean, he's nuts. I mean,
like, I've never heard of
him. He's out there in the front of every topic at 200%. And
like, there is no.
I mean, it's like, you know how his dad, President Trump, has that kind of, you know, cool business, walking around smooth type thing. Eric's just like, let's go. No, yes, no, yes, go.
Really, I didn't know it.
He's missing the polished part, but the go side is more than his dad's. So it'll be this is going to be an interesting transition from Trump's doing fine at age 80, but in 10 years he's not going to be doing fine. And after he's out of office and can't run again, unless he does something amazing, he'll still probably retain chairmanship of the Republican National Committee. So he'll still be in charge of the money. So he'll still be in charge of the narrative. But as he gets older, his sons are going to have to come up. And when the next generation comes, I got to let a dog out here. When the next generation comes, sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen. Just ask the Emir of Qatar or the Emir of Bahrain.
That was understood.
Right, but both their kids, when their dads went, one of them, their dad went to Switzerland to a hospital, and then they said, "Well, you're not allowed back in the country, Dad. Sorry, it's my turn now. That's it." And then not great things happened. Bahrain has not been the place that it was. And Qatar has taken a beating in the Middle East because they cozied up to Iran. So that's, many families succeed very well in generation to generation, and many don't, and it's a risk. And I bet you when we see Mr. Trump kind of starting to fade out because of age and the son's starting to take over, you'll see people laying off that risk.
Well, it's interesting. Somebody said that he didn't roll with an iron fist. He was actually really caring to his kids. Like, he was actually a good dad. I've heard people say, like, his kids actually love him. And in regards to a lot of the heiresses, the women or the young girls in his family, except for maybe the youngest one so far who's on TikTok. But even then, she's still much more conservative than her counterparts, her constituents, right? And Trump is like, hey, you need to chill out. Like don't, and she's still very conservative in many areas, but he doesn't play like he's a loving granddad. He's a great granddad. He's a great. I think he's a great, right? That's his kid.
That's a good question. I don't know. I know he's at least a great grandfather.
Yeah.
Dude, one of my buddies is a great grandfather. I learned the other day.
Old.
I'm like, what? He's in his 60s and he's a great grandfather. I'm like, dude, what's going on? He's like, yeah, we all got busy early. I remember I lived with him in Abu Dhabi when I was working over there, and he's like, oh, it's my grandson's, 18th birthday, and I'm like, what? Your grandson? I'm like, my son was only 14 at the time, and I'm like, what? How do you have a grandson? He's like, well, I'm only 16 years older than my son, and he's only 20 years older than, and his son's only, born at when he was 20 and stuff. So 36 years later, you can be a grandfather. I was like, it's like this.
Yeah.
But Mr. Trump is 80, and he's been around for a while, as they say, and so it's very possible. Sure.
I'm a great uncle, which is crazy. With many kids, I got a lot of foster brothers, and then their kids have already had kids, and you're just like, oh, what's up, little man? How you doing? Right? Like, so it's kind of.
And you're thinking it's his dad, and then you're like, oh no, wait, you haven't seen me in 15 years, so that's my kid, and you're like, what?
It's gonna be funny when I have a kid because I'm gonna be in my 50s and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is your grandpa?" No, this is my dad. Or I'll be like, "Yo, is that like your brother?" And they're like, "Nah, it's my grandpa." And I'm like, "What's up? Let's go, baby. Oh yeah, can you make them bounce, make them bounce, make them bounce?" Anyways, okay. So let's jump back here to some of these Crow meme coins here to check them out. What's going on? So Corgia is actually doing kind of well. It was actually really shocking. You can see they actually pulled back at the beginning of the month, but they've actually been showing some strength now here for a while. You can see here, you saw volume coming in here back when it bottomed out down here at that 37 million. Now it's at that 58 million. And what's interesting to stare and watch is that it's actually showing good volume pushing up. And I'm like, it's pushing above the 8 and the 20. You do have a giant supply monthly area here. So it's important to be paying attention. And you have that 8. But if Corgi can get going, if Crow can really push, right, and we see this thing start to go, you're going to see an exaggerated move on a lot of these meme coins. So that's why we want you to look at these, because these are just potential plays. Again, we talked about those other meme coins. You're not putting in a ton of money here. You're just simply throwing in and seeing if you can capture, 10 mil, if you can take, $20, $30 and turn it into a lottery ticket, right? You just don't know. So, everybody partakes in those $10, $20 lottery pulls that they used to have at work, especially when it gets like 800 billion.
At work? Where the hell do you work?
Like when you used to work in the military, or like when you were in the military, whenever it got up to where it's a crazy amount of money, like $100-200 billion, you didn't like you. You said you were doing 10 or 20 pulls, like it was like you had a jackpot machine. Oh no! I'm talking about I apologize.
Yeah, like, lottery. Of course. I play it every time. In fact, that reminds me that Powerball is.
No, but I don't play. I meant like at work. We'd put in $10 and everybody would pull in like $10. Yeah.
Pool. Yeah, you said pull.
Oh, pool. Excuse me. Everybody would pull in like $10, and you would have like maybe like 30-40 people put all that money. So you bought $3,000-4,000, and then you had a higher chance of take a part in the mega lotto, the mega lotto win in case if it jumped, right? And so I'll actually go if it gets really high, right? We're talking like close to $1 billion now, or $1 trillion. I'll go there and I'll go through the area, and I'll be like, who's pulling, right? I'll go into barbershops, right? Or gyms. Sometimes gyms will
just buy the ticket yourself.
But here's the thing, you have a less chance of winning. What happens is everybody pulls together. Now, granted, it may be 200 people and you're sharing $800 billion with 200 people. But I don't mind that, because I'm still going to walk away with a couple $1 million. I had a less chance of winning.
Pedro.
Whatever. You don't see it. Okay.
Well, I do. The odds of winning the Powerball now, which I might add, I'm going to bring up on the screen here, is $850 million. 850, close to $1 billion. No one gets it. It'll probably be $1 billion in a week. Yeah. And the odds of winning now are 1 in 270 million. So even if you got 200 people in a pool, let's just say you got 276 picks, your odds are still 1 in a million not of winning. Your odds of holding a winning ticket are still 1 in a million. You still have a greater chance of getting struck by lightning 89 times and have a cat crawl up your ass at the same time. Let me tell you my strategy, which is kind of just brilliant. I'm definitely going to win.
Okay, I hear you. Let me finish here, and then we can move forward. Okay, we'll go right into that. So Corgia, I like this area. It's actually showing some strength. We just got to see it get above that 8-period moving average, which is sitting roughly around that 70 million area. So we need to make sure that if it gets above that, if we see Crow push up, this thing's most likely going to get up and go. So shout out to the Corgi community. good luck with that. Hopefully, Corgi AI takes off again, and your guys' all-time high, which is ginormous, was at $1.4 billion. So that's crazy, and you're still trading a decent amount of liquidity, which is actually not bad at all.
I'm guessing if we look at their liquidity pools, there'll be a bunch of them tied to other projects. So I bet that they have $323,000 in the past 24-hour volume, which is probably an anomaly. And I bet it's tied to liquidity pools balancing each other all the time. That's my bet, because these Crow meme coins, they're the ones that kind of started the, pair with everything. I remember one of them. I can't remember the name, but Crow with not. You're feeding that back to me. Crow with. I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna put you on mute. Test. Apparently, I'm feeding myself back.
Me.
I don't know what the hell happened there.
Are we having the gremlins again? Gotta love the gremlins.
Oh, you went on mute and then.
Yeah.
And then I started hearing my voice again. Are you guys hearing my voice twice?
I just didn't want coffee.
Check 1 2 1 2. Hearing this again. Check 1 2 1 2. No, it's not that.
Are you guys hearing them still or no? Always working through the technical difficulties as always.
All right, it just must be it must have started feeding myself back through my ears here for some reason. Oh, that's annoying. It's just the time. I listen to myself all the time, but when it's just close to you speaking, all of a sudden you're like the King of England that had the stutter. Anyway, Crow with Knife was paired with Crow, and then another project came up and paired with Crow with Knife, and then another project paired with that project. So there was like a third derivative, and they're like, and just a small move up in Crow, and the third derivative one would just launch. And these guys were like, "Oh, we're making all the money. This is great." This is when Crow was going up. The project was going up a lot. And then Crow started going down. And I warned them. I was like, guys, as soon as it starts going down, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, yes, that is how it works. I said, when you have a third derivative or even a second derivative pairing of tokens, it's exponential. Sure enough, the thing went to zero about as fast as you could believe. They're like, oh my God, I should have sold. Pedro, I got the missus calling me. Keep going on that. I'll be with you in just a second.
Alrighty then. So let's check out a couple more here real quick before Tom gets the axe and gotta go. So let's pull up here real quick. So we talked about Cargia. Let's check out a couple more here quickly. We're gonna go over C-A-W, Crow with Knife. You can see here, similar situation. Again, what's interesting when I'm looking at this is just even last month we saw it pumping, which is really interesting. And we had it more. We actually had more volume come in last month than this month for buyer volume. So it's interesting to sit there and see that. Like, look at the last 2 weeks. We tried to go down and it didn't. And then look at the previous week prior to that. Look, good amount of volume. This week, back in July, you had a good amount of volume. So it was sitting around that 12 million, kind of indicating that they were looking to pump here. And it fell on this flip zone here. So it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. You can see here the play. I mean, look at that, boom, explosion. Saw it go up. We could actually have done this right here. But even then, it couldn't even come back down. I mean, and I think, wasn't it hot? Yeah, about $100 million for for cost. So 24 million is not bad at all. And if we start to see Crow again start to pump, we should see call start to pump hardcore as well. I mean, and it's been showing some strength here over the last few weeks. So somebody knew something, or maybe the community is out there really pushing hard. Either way, it's one of those ones that I'm gonna be paying attention to. I'm gonna throw some money in here and see what happens. For me, it's not financial advice, but I'm gonna be buying some here at these lower levels. Actually, I might not even, I hate to say it, but I might not even wait for a pullback here. I mean, that's why, I mean, just the fact is that we've been seeing this thing picking up storm here back in May, especially in July into August. Obviously, we saw mid-August sell off a little, but I mean, it held underneath the 100-day period moving average. So, I mean, cause looking nice here, looking real nice. Noise. Shout out to the noise people over there. Let's look at some stuff here real quick.
Well, we're out of time, Pedro, here.
Oh, told y'all.
We got to get rolling here.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Well, my friend,
I did leave 1 second though to tell you my lottery strategy that is superior to everybody's.
Oh, go ahead.
That's why I'm so wealthy right now with all the winnings. What I do is I go and I get about $10 or 10 tickets and mix them up between quick pick and birthdays, of course, because birthdays are always guaranteed to be winners, right? And then so I have all my tickets, and say we're at $1 billion next week. Nobody gets it today. It's $1 billion US next week. I don't want to share that with anybody. I mean, I'm gonna have to share a lot of it with the federal government anyway. So I don't want to share it with some other chumbalon. So what I do is I take my same 10 tickets and I replay those numbers.
Okay.
I play them again. Well, I have more tickets, so my odds are, a number of tickets, not the numbers. It's not the odds of winning; it's the odds of holding the winning ticket, which is different.
Understand? No, I understand.
And so that if someone other chumbalone happens to draw the ticket at the same time as me, I get 2/3 of it. Say, ha! Gotcha, bitch. It's guaranteed, right? That's
guaranteed,
definitely gonna win.
Guaranteed to win. Either way, it sounds like a good winning plan. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If we win the lotto, then what will happen is I'll just call you up and be like, hey, we're going to Ibiza.
You're going to Ibiza. Chuck says if I win, there will be signs in the charts. Today, ladies and gentlemen, Fire Chicken went up to $1 trillion in market cap after someone bought $1 million in tokens on the spot market. It'd be like Dave Chappelle, the reparations thing. Today, Cadillac announced that every Escalade is sold out of production. There's lines at the liquor stores.
Oh, I miss him.
If you guys haven't seen DeFi Dude, if you have not watched Dave Chappelle's reparations, go to YouTube and find it, and understand it's about the people that claim that Pedro and I and other people should pay another group of people for deeds done in the 1800s. But it's, as always, Chappelle is hilarious.
Well,
everybody. Oh, go ahead, Pedro. Go ahead. Yeah, 30 seconds here.
Most people don't realize that a lot of Mexicans were actually put into slavery as well, just so you know. Just throwing that out there.
And there were white slaves, and there were black people that owned black slaves. It was all kinds of
So if reparations are coming out, I want part of mine.
Yeah, right. Shenanigans. Chicanery and shenanigans going on. It was basically back in the day, if you didn't have a gun and shoot people that threatened you, your life sucked. And so that was that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some goodbye music on here.
I am going to post in the actual thing here for everybody. A lot of the Crow stuff that I was just looking at. So if you guys want to look at, these are the ones that I want. If you guys want to go check them out, go check them out. I think you guys will like it. I think you let me know if you guys do. But these are just some of the meme coins that came up. So.
DeFi dude loves Chappelle. Everyone around the world does. I love him too because he tells jokes like I understand things. He tells a long story, hits at the end with "Gotcha, bitches!" I love it. I love him so much. Crypto Mike says I called shenanigans like on South Park. All right, everybody. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got. Let me get the show queued up to end here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for the great shows the past few days, and including for those of you that tuned in to the Rumble Premium. Gonna have to do that one or two more times before the end of the month here. So stay tuned for those. Where I'm doing them in the evening, called the Space Lounge. Pedro and I might have a weekend version of it too. You never know. Anyway, pay attention. We'll be here, same bat channel, same bat time tomorrow. And so all of you, as always, my name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. The man next to me is Pedro Garcia, the crypto chart analyst. Thank you very much, everybody. We really enjoyed the show today, so be there tomorrow.